this track is not going to disappoint. One of the most, let's call it Endurocross type tracks that we've seen all season long. There is going to be no shortage of hot action on this track.
Yeah, the riders have certainly voiced their opinion all day long, all weekend long so far, and they said it's one of the more technical tracks we've seen all season long, and it's going to make for some great racing, not only for our Super Endurocross class riders, but of course all of our amateur riders that we're going to see, our women riders, the trials cross riders, and of course our vet riders, the 30-plus division. And I think we're set for a good stage tonight.
Hey, me too. A lot of you folks might be following the series. We know that you guys are dedicated fans. Unfortunately, we're not going to see Colton Haker out here. He was second in the championship. Unfortunately, due to an elbow injury that became infected, he had to drop from the championship from last round to this round. We're hoping that we're going to see him in Ontario. Colton Haker, we are sending you all the very best.
And you know what that does? That opens up for the underdogs, right? Who doesn't like the underdogs? Come on, Nampa.
There we go.
That's right, Trystan Hart, man, certainly been making some waves here just as of late, and one to keep an eye on here tonight.
For sure, and I think Ty Tremaine as well. But you know what I think we should do now? Meet the women riders. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our women riders. With one win, podium finishes every round this season. She is second in points. Rider 496, Casey Martinez. She is an X Games gold medalist and fourth in points. Get loud for number 68, Tara Geiger. Currently third in the championship and your 2016 vice champion. Get loud for 31, Morgan Tanky. With 4 wins this season, she is leading the points. Your 2016 champion, number 1, Shelby Turner.
All right, Namba. How about we get ready to meet the riders for our Super Endurocross class? All right, Nampa, we're going to allow this rider to get his helmet off right now, and we're going to get an interview here with our number 2 rider in the 2017 points here, the underdog. How about you guys make some noise for Trystan Hart? Trystan, obviously a great season here in 2017, sitting second in points. Did you even envision sitting here, obviously with the exit of Colton Haker, and now put you in that number 2 spot?
No, I definitely didn't envision being in the number 2 spot. It's a stacked field out here, and we're all gunning for the top. So I feel honored to be number 2 right now.
I think we're excited to have you here, obviously living up to it for 2017 for the Team SRT. Tell us what it's going to take to potentially take that championship away from, obviously, a very challenging rider in the way of Cody Webb.
Yeah, Cody Webb's a 2-time champ. He's got a ton of skill, and there's a bunch of us gunning for him right now. To beat him, it's going to take consistency, all 14 laps, and raw speed.
Hey, Nampa, how about we make some noise for Trystan Hart? And Nampa, now we will meet our current 2017 points leader.
Hello, Cody Webb. Well, it's so difficult for these riders coming out here and seeing the track with the spotlight right in your eyes. So, Cody, we have been talking the Endurocross crew, and tonight you have the possibility of wrapping up the championship with 1 round to go. But there are a lot of hungry riders below you that are going to give you their all as well. Do you feel like you have to look out for them?
Yeah, definitely. They've definitely stepped it up this last part of the year, you know, and unfortunately with Colton getting out with the injury, you know, I think they definitely got a fire in their eyes, and the target's on my back, and I can't let up at all. I mean, these guys have really been pushing hard, and they're definitely coming after me. I feel the pressure, and you know, I got to just keep fighting and pushing hard tonight and see how it goes. The wood pit's gnarly. You guys are in for a treat. These are really chaotic, unpredictable tracks, so a lot can happen.
So when you are starting to feel that pressure, how do you manage that?
Well, you know, I just do what I've always been trying to do. You know, this year I've definitely been riding really solid and really consistent. I just want to keep that ball rolling, and you know, I have the weird throwaway, so I don't even know how the points are working. I haven't even been thinking about it. I just want to go out there and win each race and keep moving forward.
Love it, Cody. Best of luck. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for number 2, Cody Webb. Now, Cody, if you don't mind hanging out with me for just a second, ladies and gentlemen, if you will please rise and remove your hats. Take out your phones and use your flashlight for the lighting and presentation of the flag by the Endurocross crew. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for our national anthem sung by Rhiannon Como.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's hear it for Rhiannon Como and the Endurocross track staff. Thank you so much. Cody Webb, best of luck tonight. Thank you very much. A very special thank you to our local sponsors, Fastway Pro Motobility, Recluse Motorsports, Carl Cycle Sales, Grizzly Sports, Birds of Prey, Dennis Dillon, Snake River Yamaha. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go racing! Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are getting the track all set up. The starting gate is being lifted. That will be for the beginning action of tonight, round number 6 here in Nampa. So we have Geoff Aaron's bike rolling out to the start gates. We can see Max Gersten behind him. Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be such a great night of racing. The championship could come down to tonight for Cody Webb. So our Super Endurocross qualifiers to the line. 15 riders, 1 through 5, will go to the gate pick final. That's race number 4, where riders 6 through 15 to race number 8.
That's light roulette. What a good even that we have for this Nampa, Idaho crowd that we have on store for you guys this evening. One of the bigger fans and crowd base that we see in every round here throughout the 2017 Endurocross series, and certainly an evening of racing here in store for all of our wonderful fans. Of course, the likes of a championship in the wake right now between Trystan Hart and Cody Webb. So who will come out on top as the victor? I guess we'll come to find out here either later this evening and or for the final 7th round of the 2017 series in Ontario, California. All right, so line up in the gate right now. We're gonna see the number 35 of Mo. That's Mason Ottersberg out of Arizona. Right alongside him, we're gonna see the number 4, Mr. 10-time Trials champion. Put your hands together for Geoff Aaron. And the number 15 machine, the Cowboy, Max Gersten. Aboard the factory beta machine, also the number 5 of Quinn Wenzel, going to be joining us here this evening in qualifier number 1. Also line up in the gate, the number 27 machine. We saw earlier on, he did something that no other riders had done here all day long. Put your hands together for Wild Wally Palmer. Also the number 200, putting in a great ride here through 2017. Set one of the quick times here early on this afternoon. Put your hands together for the number 200 of Eric Roden. Also lined up in the gate right now, the number 16, the other beta factory machine, right alongside his teammate, the 16, the youngster of Ty Collins. And the number 21 riding out of Calgary, Alberta, aboard the Husky, 30 years of age. Put your hands together for Kevin DePuisse. And riding out of Pierre, Arizona, aboard the KTM, the number 44 of Ryan Wells. And riding from Rockford, Washington, the 96 of John Seahorn. And riding out of California, the San Mateo area, the 203 of Michael Aranda. And the 815 machine out of Olympia, Washington, 31 years of age, aboard the KTM, Tyler Kincaid. The 926 here, making his pro debut here in 2017. Put your hands together for Spencer Wilton. And your final rider lined up in the gate, the 987 out of Tucson, Arizona, Cody Miller. That'll be a rundown here for Super Endurocross qualifier number 1. All right, as we're down in the staging area right now, all 15 riders, top 5 riders will get gate picked for race number 4. 6 through 15 will transfer directly into race number 8, our last chance qualifier. Here we go, coming into turn number 1. It looks like the leader is going to be Wild Wally Palmer. So Palmer up and over into the Rocky Mountain ATVMC Rock Garden. Into the splash zone for many of these riders. A little bit of a sand section, something new they just threw in here this afternoon, the pumpkin patch. Obviously just coming off the Halloween week. Very fitting to have pumpkins here laid out. And as you can see, giving a number of these riders like Travis Coy some fits here earlier on. Right alongside him, the 926 of Spencer Wilton. Again, top 5 riders will transfer directly into tonight's main event. All right, so again, out to the early lead right now, the Team SRT back rider of Wild Wally Palmer, followed in by the 15 of Max Gersten, the 4. Oh, here comes the number 4 machine of Geoff Aaron, now taking over that number 2 spot. So it looks like this. Palmer, Aaron, Gersten, the 5 of Quinn Wenzel in your top 4. And the 97 of Cody Miller out of Tucson, Arizona, running in her top 5. So while Wally approaching the Kenda tires, up and over he goes. Now through the matrix, the toughest part of the track that we've seen all day long for each and every one of these riders. So here comes Gersten trying to make some moves now here on the number 4 of Geoff Aaron for the number 2 spot. Wenzel enters into the matrix, followed him by the 987 of Miller. So Wells, the 44 machine, looking strong right now. But check out our leader, already trying to gap himself from that number 2 spot rider of Geoff Aaron, the Gas Factory machine. Again, you heard Lorette and myself talk about it earlier, one of the toughest tracks that we've seen here all season long for 2017, and no better place to do it here than the hotbed for an off-road racing right here in Nampa, Idaho. Oh, it looks like Kincaid unfortunately going down. So Palmer coming up onto some lap traffic already early on. And Quinn Wenzel standing right there by himself with the 200 of Eric Roten aboard that Yamaha right behind him, followed in by the 35 of Mason Ottersberg. So certainly an area to check out is certainly going to be the firewood section. Going to be giving these riders fits all night long. You're going to see it not only from our Super Endurocross riders, our very best and talented riders that we'll see all night long, but man, we're going to see the struggle from our amateur riders, from the women riders. Oh, and Wilton going down already here in the middle for our rock section. So So continuing in his way right now is Wild Wally Palmer leading the way. And actually, Palmer coming off of his very first qualifying win just last weekend in Arizona. So continue with that full head of steam and looking to take home this qualifier here tonight. But certainly a rider to keep an eye on is Geoff Aaron, Max Gersten. So the big battle on the track through the center, it's going to be Quinn Wenzel, the 5, the 35, right behind him aboard that Yamaha's Mason Ottersberg. And then the 987 of Miller, followed in by the 16 machine. That's going to be Ty Collins, the Beta Factory rider. Oh, so Ty Collins makes some moves actually around Quinn Wenzel. So wow, already a demanding lead here for the 27 of Palmer. So Palmer leading Geoff Aaron, the number 4. The number 15, the Beta Factory machine of Max Gersten. And it looks like the 203 of Michael Aranda, also one of those riders here in the mix for the top 4. So one lap. And that's gonna do it. Your winner, put your hands together for Wild Wally Palmer. Followed in by Geoff Aaron, the Gas machine, and the 15, the Cowboy of Max Gersten, gonna round out the podium in 3rd. That'll be your top 3 riders for qualifier number 1. Nampa, how about we make some noise for your qualifier winner? Come on, make some noise here.
Unbelievable work. Wally Palmer, I love it when you focus. You guys know Wild Wally Palmer. He is a showman. You are an unbelievable rider when you put your focus right on the track, and that seems like that's exactly what you just did.
Yeah, that was luck. Usually I crash or slide out, or that was the smoothest I think I ever heard. So I think I hurt my wrist earlier, so I think that helped.
What do you mean you hurt your wrist earlier?
My brake pedal broke off and I went to a log, like 2nd gear tapped, so it hurt. But no, it worked out. The fans are good. It's kept my arm pumped down, hearing them scream. So can't wait to maybe double the choker lane again in the main. So it should be good.
Okay. Wally Palmer, congratulations.
Thanks to SRT, Kenda, 509, everyone here helping me. It's going to be a good night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 27, Wild Wally Palmer.
The vet class, dedicated this week to Tom White.
That's right, vet class main event coming at you. Brought to you by our good friend and motocross. Very deep condolences going out to Tom White as we'll introduce tonight's vet class main event. Down on the line right now out of Grangeville, Idaho, the 730. Put your hands together for John Finley. Right out of Mesa, Arizona, the 321V. It's going to be Eric Shetler. Right out of Snohomish, Washington, the 209 of David Sturm lined up in the gate. Also alongside him will be the 194 of Sean Simmons. Also the 167 of Todd Orchard right here out of Rigby, Idaho. And riding for the DH Strong Foundation, the 88 machine. Put your hands together for Dan Hayakawa. And alongside him, the 78 of Eric Selvison out of Rigby, Idaho. Also the 63 out of Calgary, Alberta. This is going to be Stephen Ford, the 57 of Ryan Middleton. Also in the gate, the 53 of Dustin Gerlash. The 37V of Craig Thompson, riding for Team SRT. The 31X of Jenny Lambertagne. And the KTM out of Blackfoot, Idaho, the 18 machine. Put your hands together for D. Williams. And so far, undefeated here in the vet main event, the number 8 machine of Destry Abbott. And the 1X of Nemfi DeMar out of Nampa, Idaho. And your final rider lined up in the gate here, the 1X out of Boise, Idaho, Danny Youngweth. That'll be your lineup here for the vet main event in honor of Tom White. All right, so the stage is set here for tonight's main event for our vet 30-plus division. And as you guys know, undefeated here so far out of 7 rounds. We got 6 rounds here, right here in Nampa, and the one guy that has stood on top all season long, Destry Abbott. And the great part about that, he'll be joining me a little bit later on through some of our bracket race that we're going to be seeing also for our Super Endurocross class. So the signal down on the starting line, the 30-second board is up, courtesy of the lovely PJ1 girls. Into turn number 1, it looks like it's going to be the 63 of Stephen Ford out of Alberta, Canada, going to take the early lead, followed in by the 8 of Destry Abbott. Alongside him, his teammate, the 88 of Dan Hawakawa. Oh, already trying to take charge and has done so already is the number 8 of Destry Abbott as he enters into the pumpkin patch. So here comes Destry. Up and over the Kinda tires, now into the matrix section of the track. Stephen Ford in second, Dan Hawakawa in third, followed in by the 209 of David Sturm in fourth, and the 37B of Craig Thompson from Fresno, California, running our top 5. Oh, we got a little bit of carnage here early on through the matrix. The 1X machine of Nemfi DeMar right here out of Nampa. But of course, your current leader, the number 8 machine of Destry Abbott, making it look smooth and consistent out front as we have a couple riders down in the firewood section. It looks to be the number 18 machine of D. Williams out of Blackfoot, Idaho. Again, you guys heard it earlier on, a very technical track that we have laid out here right in Nampa. And again, one of the most technical tracks that we've seen all season long here through 2017. And certainly we want to thank Schaefer Track Designs for all their work, their hustle throughout the weekday to get this track in the condition it's in right now. And not only that, we've had a number of practices, qualifiers that have taken place all day long. And to see these guys come in here shortly after our hot laps and, man, put a little bit of makeup, so to speak, on the pig. The track looks beautiful and going to make for some great racing here tonight for round 6. So it looks like the 1X continuing to struggle a little bit. That's Nemfi DeMar aboard that Yamaha. But your leader, Nampa, let's make some noise for our vet class. Again, all these classes open to anybody who would like to try their hand at AMA Endurocross. All you have to do is head to endurocross.com, get yourself signed up for one of the local rounds that maybe visit your town, whether it's 2017 or if you're looking forward to the 2018 season. We'd love to have you come out and try your hand at AMA Endurocross. All right, so Destry Abbott leading the way, followed by the 63. That's Stephen Ford. And then not too far off the pace, the 37 machine of Craig Thompson going down, unfortunately. So Craig currently sitting in that 3rd spot, as it now looks like the number 209 machine of David Sturm going to take over that top 3, followed in by Craig Thompson, and then the 88 of Dan Hawakawa. A little traffic jam right here. Oh, a couple riders almost coming together. Dan Hawakawa threading the needle though here through the matrix. But look at Destry continuing, dominating fashion, looking to take round number 6 right here in Nampa and continue his winning streak. That's right, 5 consecutive number 1 finishes here in 2017. Oh, as the 1X continues to struggle here, that's Nephi Dumar right here out of Nampa, Idaho. Nampa, let's make some noise for Nephi Dumar. That's right, 1 lap left to go for your leader. I can see running the pink here for breast cancer awareness. That's the aid of Destry Abbott. You see he's steadily taking his time through the firewood section, make sure he gets through there, while still having to battle with some of our lap traffic. That's right, already into some lap traffic is your leader, Destry Abbott. So Destry aboard the Purvines Yamaha DA8, that's the Destry Abbott 8 training facility, leading the way. Followed in by the 63 of Stephen Ford, looking super consistent right now. And then a little bit back from there, Whitty Sue the 209 of David Sturm. So 1 corner left to go. Nampa, get out of your seat and put your hands together for your main event winner, Destry Abbott. So Destry Abbott continuing in his winning fashion, 6 consecutive wins in a row. That'll do it for your main event. All right, Nampa, how about you make some noise for your winner, Destry Abbott?
Unbelievable job. 6 wins in a row. Destry Abbott, unbelievable job. So guys, our vet class is dedicated. Here we go. Yeah, oh my goodness.
He sent it.
He sent it. Hey, Lionheart Award. Good job, man. Good job. Our vet class dedicated to our dear friend Tom White. Unfortunately, Destry, you and I are cancer-carrying card members. My battle ended 3 years ago. You are still going through chemo, and you are out here fighting the tenacity, Destry, that all of our riders have out here. And you came up on this podium, and you said this track is so hard. Tell us why.
Yeah, it's super difficult, and you guys cheering us on means so much to us. The track crew did a great job. You guys are going to be in for an awesome night because these pros make this look a lot easier than it is. But the recluse for sure was cheating. I needed that today, and definitely thank those guys for not stalling because I would have. But yeah, the Tom White, him passing away, it was something that really hits home for the reason I've been battling cancer along with my wife. So thank you guys for everything. My daughter's up here with thank you. My daughter's up here with our D8 Foundation, d8strong.org. It's a non-cancer, nonprofit organization, and Recluse has donated a bike that we're gonna raffle off. So stop by, check that out. Thank you guys so much. And Pervine's D8, my wife couldn't make it. She's still not feeling the best right now, but I'm glad to get the win, so thank you.
Destry, congratulations, bud. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for our Vets podium, in third, David Sturm. In second, Stephen Ford. And your winner for the 6th time in a row, Destry Abbott.
All right, so at this time, we would like to ask all of our Pro Taper foot race participants, all runners, please meet on the concourse in section C51. Again, I repeat, all Pro Taper foot race participants, all runners, please meet on the concourse now in section C51. All right, here we go. Tonight's Amateur Open. Main event coming at you. All winners here will be invited into tonight's LCQ race number 8. So lined up in the gate right now, the 976 out of Kearns, Utah's Josh Greco. Right alongside him will be the 851 of Zane Roberts out of Minden, Nevada. Aboard the 651 out of Boise, Idaho, Cody Bill. Also the 699 running out of Boise, Idaho will be the Machine, ridden by Rocky Butler. Out of Graham, Washington, aboard the Yamaha, the 512 of Ryan Turner. Josh Bridge aboard the 287, lined up in the gate with the 162 of Tyler Smith out of Simi Valley, California. Also the 144 of Ryan Suezo out of San Ramon, California. And the 116 out of New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Put your hands together for Alec Pernard. Lined up in the gate out of Flower Mound, Texas, the 94 of Carter York. The 63 Machine of Stephen Ford, going to be pulling double duty. Also the 21 of Kevin DePuis, the 14 of Malcolm Help. The number 11 of Nick Bouchler in the gate. Also alongside him will be the number 8 of David Camo. And last week's Amateur Open winner, put your hands together for Shelby Turner. That's right, the Webb Endurocross looking to set and do battle here for tonight's Amateur Open main event. Again, winner will be invited to tonight's last chance qualifier in race number 8. All right, so the signal down on the starting line, 30-second board is up, courtesy of the lovely PJ1 girls. Let's go racing, Nampa! The 976 off the gate and looking good. That's Josh Greco with the hole shot. Followed him by the 8 of David Camo. Right alongside him, the 641 of Cody Bill. The 512 right there also, that's going to be Ryan Turner out of Graham, Washington, aboard the Yamaha. And then the 21 of Kevin DePuis running in your 4th spot. And then certainly a rider to keep an eye on, the number 1. Your current points leader for the women here of Endurocross. That's Shelby Turner. So again, we saw Shelby Turner actually win our Amateur Open main event just last weekend in Arizona, and she currently sits in 4th. Oh, so our leader going down. That's right, the number 8 out of Caldwell, Idaho. That's David Camo going down and now ends up in 3rd. So your leader the 976 of Josh Greco. That was your whole shot winner. Followed in by Dupuis. Camo in third. Ryan Turner in your fourth spot. And then the number 14, it looks to be Malcolm Het, now making his way here into your top 5, followed in by the number 1 of Shelby Turner. But Greco looking strong out front here aboard that 976 KTM back machine, followed in by the 21 of Dupuis, the 8 of Camo. And here comes the 512 of Ryan Turner battling out with the 14 of Malcolm Het. So Het gonna take the upper hand and take over now that number 4 spot. So again, another rider doing some double duty here this evening, the 63 of Stephen Ford. So we got Ford and Turner working a little overtime right now. All right, so these riders entering through the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden. Your new leader, David Camo. So Camo actually was leading just a few laps ago and now finds himself back in the number 1 spot, followed in by the 21 of Dupuis as they enter through the pumpkin patch. Oh, Camo looking good here through the matrix. Couple riders stuck in the KTM firewood section. And here comes Shelby Turner entering into the matrix. So Shelby now jumps into the 4th spot. So it's gonna go Camo, the 21 of Dupuis, the 14 of Het, and the number 1 of Shelby Turner in your top 4. All right, so Camo executing through the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden, up and over into the water pit is Dupuis. Here comes the 14 of Het with the number 1 of Turner right on his back end. So a couple riders getting a little bit squirrely right here through the matrix. Oh, so the 11 and the number 63, so the 11 of Nick Bouchler takes over the position from Stephen Ford, the 63. Again, your first place rider will be invited into tonight's Super Endurocross LCQ to try his hand at tonight's Super Endurocross main event. So here comes your leader. Exiting out of the KTM Firewood is David Como aboard the KTM, the 66, the Kirk Caselli Foundation back machine. So Camo leading the way, followed in by Kevin Dupuis, the 21. Oh, and the rider now looked like to jump into the 3rd spot is Shelby Turner. So Turner making some moves here on this final lap. So with a few corners left to go, the battle here for the win in tonight's amateur main event between the 8 and the 21 of Kevin Dupuis. So Dupuis, Camo, getting a little bit hung up in the matrix. Here we go. Looking up the inside at Dupuis. Oh, Dupuis going down, and your winner. Nampa, put your hands together for the Caldwell, Idaho rider of David Camo taking home tonight's win, followed in by Kevin Dupuis and the number 1 of Shelby Turner, rounding out our top 3. All right, AMA, how about you put your hand together for your amateur open main event winner, David Camo, down on the podium now with the red nickels.
Thank you so much. David Camo, halfway through this race, I mean, man, you got a great start, but halfway through this race, I just saw you refocus. You put your head down, and your eyes were on that prize, and Kevin Dupuis put in everything he had and really gave you a run for your money. But this track is so difficult.
I can't believe I made it. Holy crap. I held on just for all you Idaho people. I'm a local Idaho spud, so doing it for you guys. No, really, I got to thank my wife. She's the one that signed me up. I really just wanted to watch, and it's a lot easier just to sign up. So you guys should come out and try this. It's easy.
He's lying, and it's full of sarcasm. His line is dripping with sarcasm. By the way, his wife sang the national anthem and totally killed it as well. So, David, who else do you want to thank?
I just got to thank my whole family for just putting up with me, my wife especially. She goes to me with all the races and everything, and KTM, Climb Gear, and just everybody, just the support. Thank you.
All right, take a deep breath. I'm going to take the mic out of your face. And where their trophies, we're getting those. So for our amateur main, in third place, Shelby Turner. In second place, Kevin Dupuis. And your winner, David Camo. Great job, guys.
The Super Endurocross Game Pick, sponsored by Motion Pro.
That's right, Super Endurocross Gate Hick Final. This is going to seat our riders in our bracket racing and for tonight's main event. 13 riders, 12 will go directly into tonight's bracket race, which will be in race number 7. So line up in the gate right now. The number 696 machine out of El Cajon, California. Put your hands together for Noah Keppel. Right now to Pierre, Arizona, the 120 machine of Cooper Abbott. Also lined up in the gate out of Redlands, California, the 118 of Corey Greffunder. Currently sitting second in points here for the 2017 Super Endurocross class, the number 84 of Trystan Hart. And joining us here for the 2017 season, the number 80 machine, riding for Gas, Juan Paul Seguro. And finishing the 2016 season in the third spot in the championship, the number 14 out of Gardnerville, Nevada, Ty Tremaine. And riding for Lake Hughes, California, aboard the Husky, the team SRT machine, the 7 of Kyle Redmond. And your final rider in the gate, the number 2 machine out of Royal Oaks, California, currently sitting first in 2017. Put your hands together for the factory KTM machine of Cody Webb. So that'll be your rundown here for the Super Endurocross consolation race number 1. Again, seed riders to tonight's bracket race and main event. 13 riders, 12 of which will go into tonight's bracket race. All right, so we're getting the signal down on the starting line now. We will see the 30-second board rise, courtesy of PJ1. Again, the rider up the inside, the number 2 and the 14 are certainly some riders to keep an eye on. That's Cody Webb and Ty Tremaine. Big launch out of the gate aboard that KTM is Cody Webb. Sitting in second, Cooper Abbott. The 118 of Corey Greffunder in third, and the 4 of Geoff Aaron, followed in by the 27-year qualifying winner of Wild Wally Palmer. So again, the FMF KTM Factory Racing Red Bull machine of Cody Webb out in front. Followed in by the 120 of Cooper Abbott, the 118 of Corey Greffunder, Mr. 10-time, the gas rider of Geoff Aaron in your top 4, followed in by Juan Paul Seguro in your top 5. So continuing in winning fashion is your leader, Cody Webb out front. The Troy Lee Red Bull back machine. Here comes the 118 of Corey Graffunder now taking over the number 2 spot. Followed by Geoff Aaron, the 120 of Cooper Abbott, and the number 80, of Juan Paul Seguro going down in the water pit. So unfortunate circumstances there for the factory gas machine of Juan Paul Seguro going down in the water. So if you guys missed it, what happened is he actually cased the wood log that we have in the center portion of the water pit, and unfortunately led to him going down. And you guys saw he already had pulled the goggles. So the water had actually gotten into his goggles, so he had pulled the goggles off, and now gonna set his sights here and try to manage a decent finish here in tonight's consolation race number 1.
John, this is the Super Endurocross gate pick final. There is 1 point on the line, but there seems to be a lot of pressure on a lot of these riders out here. Cody Webb got out in front. He knew that start was going to be key, but unfortunately, we saw Ty Tremaine and we also saw Trystan Hart go down. Now, these 2 young guns really trying to make a name for themselves. They want that win so badly. So could it be a case of putting too much pressure on themselves? Possibly, but both remounted on their bikes and putting their head down and charging.
Thank you, Lorette, as our leader, Cody Webb, continues to check out on the rest of the field. And we're talking no slouches here. The 118, the Team RSRT machine of Corey Graffunder sitting in second. And the battle for that 3rd spot on the podium between Geoff Aaron and the 120 of Cooper Abbott. Another rider to keep an eye on. He sat 3rd in the 2016 points. The RPM KTM machine of Ty Tremaine sitting in your 5th spot. So as our top 3 riders enter in through the pumpkin patch, here comes Graffunder. Followed in by Geoff Aaron, and then the 120 of Cooper Abbott in your top 4. And all alone out front, the KTM factory machine of Cody Webb now entering into some lap traffic. So 1 lap left to go, half a lap here for our leader, the number 2 machine of Cody Webb. So Webb actually doubling over the pumpkin patch. So first I've seen here all night. There goes one. Oh, Noah Keppel actually doubling now over the pumpkin patch. All right, so 1 corner left to go. Put your hands together for Super Endurocross consolation winner, Cody Webb, taking home the win. All right, Evan, how about we make some noise for your winner? Down on the podium now, Cody Webb.
Thank you so much. I'm going to give Cody just a second to catch his breath since he just came off the track, and wanted to grab Lynn Hodges from Fastway by Pro Moto Billet, a local company that has been doing so much great work. You guys have been a part of Endurocross for as long as I can remember. What would you like everyone to know?
Endurocross is amazing. You know that now. It is so fun to come out and watch the show, and these riders, it's unbelievable to see what they can do, especially the joke lane out there.
That's crazy. So we're proud to be a sponsor of Endurocross and have been involved for a long time. And we just want to say thanks, and for all your support, we appreciate you. Thank you.
And Lynn, how can everyone find your product?
You can go to promotobillet.com or go to your local dealer.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of Endurocross. Ladies and gentlemen, Lynn Hodges. Now, Cody Webb, how is it going? Man, you knew the start was going to be key out here, right?
Yeah, it's always key. And, I had the inside gate and got off to an awesome start. I was pumped. I almost blew the first corner, so a little excited. Should have let it off sooner, but the track was slick. I got to the wood pit every lap. I think I crashed more times today in practice than I have all year. So you guys missed it by not being here in early practices. I was upside down half the time, and somehow in that qualifier, I kept it up the whole time. I decided to start skipping the pumpkins. It was slippery in there, so I just wanted to jump the whole thing.
All right, well, Cody, congratulations, taking a point, and we are going to see him in the main. Cody, thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming out tonight, too, guys.
All right, John.
That's right, Nampa. Trials Cross main event lined up in the gate now. Riding out of Rathdrum, Idaho, aboard the Gas, the 521. Put your hands together for Anthony Johnson. Right alongside Anthony out of Shelton, Washington, aboard the Yamaha. Only 12 years of age. The 195 of Hayden Simmons. And the brother right here out of Rathdrum, Idaho, aboard the Gas, also 12 years of age, the 127 of Coleman Johnson. And a Clancy, Maryland, the 70 machine of Caden Jenkins. And aboard the 65 machine out of King Hill, Idaho, put your hands together for Keith Adams. And the rider doing triple duty here tonight out of Alberta, Canada, the Beta machine, 46 years young, the 63 of Stephen Ford. That'll be your crew right here for tonight's Trials Cross main event. All right, 30-second board is up. We will see that board go sideways, and we'll get our racing underway here for tonight's Trial Cross main event for round 6 of the AMA Endurocross Series, presented by PJ1 and Moose Racing. Here we go, riders into turn number 1. It looks like it will be the 521 of Anthony Johnson right here out of Idaho, leading the way. Right behind him, it looks like will be the Shirka machine of Caden Jenkins. So Jenkins running that number 2 spot. Stephen Ford, the 63, running in 3rd. Then the Gas machine, the 65 of Keith Adams. So good battle here for the number 2 spot. And rounding out the field right here, the 195 of Hayden Simmons out of Sheldon, Washington. And then the youngsters, actually they're both. Coleman Johnson, the 127, rounding out our field. So the 521, certainly familiar with this top spot, has taken home numerous wins here so far in 2017, and unfortunately goes down in the KTM firewood. Here comes Stephen Ford, the 63. Again, Stephen Ford doing nearly triple duty. He ran the vet class so far this evening. He's ran the our amateur main event that we saw, and then right here in tonight's Trials Cross main event. So Ford, I don't think this guy's tired at all. So Ford aboard the Beta machine, leading the way with Johnson in that 2nd spot. And again, Johnson is very familiar with that top spot on the podium as he splashes through the water pit. And then the Shirka machine, that's going to be the 70 of Caden Jenkins. But good battle up front. Nampa, these guys can hear you. Let's make some noise. So Johnson getting a little stuck underneath his machine here. as Ford looking to check out on the rest of the field as he exits out of the matrix. Not quite the thumper and roar that we're used to hearing from a number of our classes, but these riders are certainly talented, and if anybody knows anything about trials riding, this is one of the more technical classes that we're going to see here all night, especially with the likes of Stephen Ford and Anthony Johnson. Oh, so Ford actually making a little mistake there through the fire pit. Here comes Johnson trying to close some ground. Oh, the 127 machine here going down. That's Coleman Johnson. Come on, make some noise for Coleman Johnson. Get a little crazy. So Coleman only 12 years old. And again, if anybody out here in the stand thinks it's easy, let's see you guys sign up here as Stephen Ford goes down here in the quick left-hander into the sand pit. That's going to allow Anthony Johnson to pull up right alongside him. So Johnson charging, trying to make some moves here to the front. Some tight racing. That's where Johnson went down just the last lap. And Ford actually pulling the goggles off, so no need for the goggles when you're out in front, not taking on any roost. So again, it's Ford, Johnson, the number 70 machine of Caden Jenkins, 15 years of age, running in that third spot. So these leaders are already coming into some lap traffic. So one of the older and one of the younger gentlemen in the field right here battling it out for that top spot on the podium for tonight's Trial Cross main event. So here comes Steven now entering into the Rocky Mountain ATV MC Rock Garden. Here comes Johnson. Johnson has a really good line as he doubles out of the Rock Garden. Tries to pull up right alongside and oh, wheel tapping right there for the lead. I think Stephen Ford is feeling the pressure. What do you think, Nampa? I think these riders can hear you. Let's make some noise. There we go, a change for the lead as Anthony Johnson battling it out. There goes Stephen Ford, gonna take over that lead again. So some good back and forth battling here between these two riders. So white flag is out, one lap left to go. How many of you guys think that Johnson can take the win? The local boy out of Rathdrum, Idaho, battling it out. There you go, Stephen Ford goes down. Johnson gets hung up. Just as we thought we were gonna see a change for the lead, Johnson makes a little mistake. But we all know Johnson, quick part of the track is through the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden. Let's see if he can continue it. Two different line choices here out of our top two riders. Here we go, 63, Stephen Ford makes that right-hander through the sand pit. Now into the pumpkin patch he goes. Oh, here we go. So lappers could very well play a part here as they come across the 195 of Hayden Simmons. So Simmons only 15 years young. Here we go, Johnson wheel tapping through the matrix. But one corner left to go for your leader. Nampa, stand up out of your seat and make some noise for Stephen Ford taking home tonight's Trials Cross main event, followed in by Anthony Johnson in the second spot. Great to see you guys making some noise for these riders here. Just a little encouragement here.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, he can hear you! Nice work. Very, very nice work. Well, Stephen Ford just won his 3rd race of the night, so I'm going to give him a second to catch his breath, and I wanted to grab Pat Cother from Recluse Clutches. Pat, you have been involved with Endurocross since the beginning, right? 14 years, is that what we're looking at?
Right from the very beginning, we're really honored to have Endurocross come to the Treasure Valley and have all the dealers support us. So having Endurocross come here from the beginning all the way to now has been a real honor.
That's so awesome. So I ride with your clutch in my 350, and it makes my life so much easier. So thanks for that. Where can everyone find your product?
Absolutely. You can come see our booth upstairs in the foyer, www.recluse.com. And of course, big shout out to the cowbells out there, Team Recluse. Thanks for coming out. And make sure you stop by the D88 booth and get a raffle ticket for the bike. We're really doing a good thing there.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Pat, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Pat Cother of Recluse. Yeah, come on, Pat. Jump up here. Stephen Ford, come here. Holy smokes, Stephen Ford, unbelievable job. Your 3rd class tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you saw this, but he put his bike against the stage and crawled up on the stage on all 4s. This has been a tough night for you.
Yeah, but it's been a lot of fun. Travelled 1,400 kilometres from Calgary down here, so I might as well get some track time.
Amazing. How many is that in miles?
I have no idea.
Me neither. It's a lot.
It's 14 and a half hours solid drive. Yeah, I've done it Friday. Left at 1:30 in the morning, got here about 4:30ish or something.
Well, Stephen Ford putting in a tremendous effort, and I know you have a lot of support behind you.
Yeah, we got a big shout out to most of the Canadians because I've emigrated from England. They've looked after us. Beta Canada, Liquid Moly Oils, Blackfoot Direct, Mika Metals, Former Boots, Shift MX, Arc Levers, Fastway Pro Motor Billet, German Car Specialists, and a load of other people. It's a real honour to be out here and racing for them all.
Yep, absolutely. It is so warm up there where you're sitting. It's so cold down here that there is steam rising from the ashes. Guys, come on up here. Let's see your faces. Scoot up here. Ladies, you too, Pat, get up on there. And let's celebrate our Trials Cross class. In 3rd place, Caden Jenkins. In 2nd, Anthony Johnson. And your winner, Stephen Ford. John.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, lined up in the gate right now. Tonight's race number 6, Amateur B main event. Mix compiled of our amateur open riders along with our vet main event riders going to be in the gate right now. The 512 of Ryan Turner out of Graham, Washington. Also down on the line right now, the 88 out of Phoenix, Arizona. That's Dan Hawakawa. Also, we're going to see the 78 of Eric Selverson out of Rigby, Idaho. Also, the 144 of Andrew Sueza out of San Ramon, California. The 11 machine of Nick Bouchler. The 14 of Malcolm Het. The 287 out of Vernon, British Columbia, Josh Bridge. All right, the 30-second board is up, courtesy of the lovely PJ1 girls. Once we see that board go sideways anywhere between 15 seconds, we will see the gate drop for Amateur B main event. All right, so up the inside, looks like the 512 of Ryan Turner going to take off to the early lead. Right alongside them, the 504 in the mix right now. Also number 55 machine. Here comes the 88 of Dan Hawakawa now entering into the matrix, but your leader coming across the finish line now. So we got a few riders bottlenecked here in the KTM firewood section. But the 572 out in front still leading the way. So the KTM back rider coming in through the matrix to climb. And here comes the number 55 right there in second. Oh, our leader going down. So Flynn running that number 2 spot. Here comes the 114 aboard the Cowie machine now entering into the matrix, sitting in third. So again, the 572, the 55, and the 114. Here comes the 423 though. Unfortunately, sprawling across the matrix is Wilton. Oh, rider going down on the opposite side here of the matrix. That's going to be the 88 of Dan Hawakawa. So we see a little yellow flag action across the track here in the matrix, but as well as in our fire pit, as our leader now falls back a position. So the 55 now leading it, the flyback rider, the Husky. Here he comes up and over Recluse Mountain. All right, so Flynn executing through the matrix, no problem for our leader. Here he goes, completing another lap here for tonight's amateur B main event. Oh, the 57 throwing some revs there in the firewood. Couple riders here helping one another out. The 723 actually pulling over and helping the other rider to get the bike off him. So nothing quite like team spirit here for tonight's amateur B main event. But our leader, the 55, jumping into the water pit. Unfortunately, getting hung up with the number 270 machine. Here he comes, Flynn, though, through the pump and catch. So the 270 machine getting out of the way of the 55 of Flynn as he enters into the matrix. Oh, little mistake here for your leader. 572 coming up a little bit short there in the water pit. But it looks like the white flag is out for your leader. Nampa, put your hands together for the 55 of Flynn. So one lap left to go here for tonight's amateur B main event. So here comes Flynn. So Flynn entering into the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden. Oh, so Flynn coming into a little bit of lap traffic with Wilton. But executes the matrix, is the number 55 Husqvarna-backed rider. 1 corner left to go. Nampa, put your hands together for the 55 of Flynn, taking home tonight's amateur B main event win. All right, so some carnage out on the track right now, keeping everybody excited here in the Ford Arena as we get ready to send it on down to the podium for a word with our winner.
Well, so much mayhem and chaos and goings on and craziness. So we are going to get our podium finishers up here, and I am going to give them a second to do that. I wanted to grab Brett Blazer from Timber Sled here at Endurocross. I mean, I don't know, maybe we should invent a class for Timber Sled out here for Endurocross. What do you think?
I think so. Endurocross is amazing to watch, and you know, we do a lot of riding kind of just like this, but the difference is it's soft in the wintertime. In fact, one of my favorite sayings, especially watching these guys tonight, is that would have hurt if it was dirt. You know, when it's snow, it's not hard like that. These guys, my hat's off to them for what they ride through.
For sure. And what a journey Timber Sled has had from the inception to being bought by Polaris. Can you even walk us through that?
It's been an amazing journey. You know, Polaris is a huge, it's a $5 billion company. Timber Sled being backed by Polaris, our ability to innovate now is just really, really impressive. We got the brand new Aero chassis, brand new Timber Sled system right here behind me. You can see it on timbersled.com. It's like it should have been from the beginning. It's an absolute amazing feeling riding your own dirt bike on snow all year round.
Wow, that is so fun. So if people have never heard of a Timber Sled, what should they know and where can they find you?
This is your dirt bike, our Timber Sled conversion system. It mounts up really quick. You can find them at Carl Cycles, lots of dealers in the valley, or you can go to timbersled.com and check them out.
Okay, Brett, thank you so much. Here, join us on the podium back here. Gentlemen, get up here so we can see you. Step on up here. Unbelievable job, James. Wow. That was so tough. There was so much going on the track, and you came up here and you said you are just trying to be consistent. So how do you do that on a track like this?
Well, really just try not to do anything, too dumb. Just kind of just ride within your limits, and I don't know, just try to conserve your energy, really. This is the toughest track this year, in my opinion. That firewood pit it's really gnarly, and that's the hardest matrix this year, and really I'm just trying to get through those sections without going down. But yeah.
Great job. I know you have a support team behind you. Who's that?
My mom and dad. Sweet. Yeah. Really big thanks to them, and there's a lot of other people, friends and family that really just support me and do a lot for me, and it really means a lot. All those guys that support me are awesome, and of course my sponsors, Plasma Technology, Moto Seat, and a lot of others. But yeah, it was awesome.
There's a lot going on. So, gentlemen, I'm going to step out of the way. Brett, no, don't you go anywhere. Ladies, get up on there. So, ladies and gentlemen, our amateur B main in third place, Alex Salveson, Justin Rokosh in second, and your winner, James Flynn. Great job, gentlemen.
The Pro Taper Foot Race, sponsored by Pro Taper Handlebars.
All right, all of our Pro Taper foot racers lined up in the gate right now. Obviously, we would like to thank a big appreciation and big warm thank you to our good friends at Pro Taper as we're off and running, Lorette.
And they're off, and there's a lot of pushing and shoving. The two guys in the lead, both go down. We have our third place runner that is trying to get around, going on the outside. Can he do it? The youngster trying to take that inside line, but can the veteran take that win away from him in this Pro Taper foot race? Oh, he does it. He's moving. Those legs are so tired. Yes! With a flourish, he crosses the finish line. That is so tough. How are your legs right now?
Tired.
I bet. What's your name?
Evan.
Hey, Evan. Nice work. How old are you, Evan?
14.
14 years old, and the young legs take it away from the veteran, but he was definitely giving it all he had. Congratulations on your Pro Taper win.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to let Evan take a breath. Great job to all of our Pro Taper foot racers. Good job, buddy. I know it's so tough. Come on, bud, climb. Come on. He has some dirt on the back of his shirt. Looks like he took a little nap. All right, ladies and gentlemen, right now we are going into our intermission. But don't go very far because we're going to interview two of our top riders on the track, get their thoughts on what they are experiencing. So if you want to get up, stretch your legs, you get 15 minutes.
And Mike Brown through that rhythm section trying to put a move on, and looks like he accomplishes getting by Geoff Aaron. Mike Brown is
Aaron getting sideways.
And Colton Hager getting caught up in it.
3 wide for second. Oh, the 7 on the inside is Redmond.
He looks down. I don't know if he missed the brake pedal or if maybe something got bent. I think they would charge me rent for the amount of time I've spent in this wood pit. It is so technical and loose. I think he will. He's got long legs, Jason. As we just said, long legs is what's helping the riders out tonight. Little stumble there. Guess what? The long legs helping through the wood pit. So I'm telling you, there's something about this track tonight.
The top 5 riders all go down.
Getting kicked. This track is super tough.
Oh! And other riders having problems. Remember this guy from the heat race, Mason Ottersberger, the 35. Aggressive. Awesome to have Taddy back in this series after taking last year off. Destry Abbott there in the 8, the 123. Kevin Brookstall battling it out. Tremaine can't get going. He's stuck. Wrap under can't get going either. They're trying to bulldoze their way through this section. The level that Webb and Haker have gone to in the last couple of years, and they are immediately putting distance between themselves and everyone else. The favorites like Kazusiak in the back, so these guys trying to take advantage.
Oh, they're coming to this all so tricky 5-pit section, and more drama. Getting down to the dirt. Oh!
Wow. I thought he was going down for sure.
I was with you on that one. Cody Webb gets a little sideways there, doesn't lose the lead, but Haker now basically right on his tail. So another one of those bubbles, and now Haker's almost alongside.
Oh, got the pass, makes it. So Haker now into the lead, and we didn't know what we were going to get out of Haker. You heard Cameron talk about it top of the show. He is riding with broken ribs, and here he is in the lead.
Wow, this is a really gutsy performance. You can tell he's the kind of guy, he's riding right now on a lot of just adrenaline and pure motion, because you know he's in pain every time he hits one of those logs. It's just violent, and you can see right now he's coming under pressure from our reigning champ who wants that lead back. No reigning champ wants to get past in the heat race, first race of the following year.
But look at Haker, he's putting the bike. Oh, he kept putting the bike everywhere Webb wanted to go, and now he goes down, which is the worst case scenario when you're riding injured. I'm not surprised, by the way, that Haker was being as aggressive as he was, trying to hold on to the lead.
Well, as a racer, you always give it everything you got.
Main process for us to get going on the job site is we spend a day or two mixing and processing the dirt, and then over the course of the week we have 6 to 8 guys with about 3 operators in all the heavy equipment that we utilize. Basically start by bringing the dirt in, and then slowly but surely we'll bring in all the different materials through the course of the days. You know, we have about 150 logs in here. I think there's about 40 to 50 ton of rock, 50,000 gallons of water into the dirt to get it to the point where it is right now. And you know, with the pond, we bring in the concrete truck and pour the pond. And basically, over the course of the week, we develop what you see here, this beautiful Endurocross track.
Well, the first thing we do when we're getting ready for Endurocross is we prep our bikes. The biggest things we do are like the guards. So we've got like a skid plate that basically covers the linkage, basically guards for the rear disc, parts that protect like radiators. Basically most of the stuff is to kind of like protect the bike so you don't derail a chain or bend a rotor or something like that. And we tune our suspension maybe a little softer than you would for arena cross or motocross.
Mainly for the most part, when I train for Endurocross, you know, bike time is the most important thing. You can be the physically most fit person in the gym you've ever seen and be put on a dirt bike, and you can still have the skills, but even if you get put on the dirt bike with the skills without being like kind of one with your bike, you can go out there and just totally pump up, super tired, huffing and puffing, out of rhythm. So it really comes down to like bike time, and everything outside of that has been pretty much cross training.
Surprising thing about the track is it's a one-off hybrid weirdo thing. I mean, it's got everything in it: rocks, logs, water crossings. The rocks are probably the hardest thing usually every race. I mean, there's usually holes in there that sometimes can swallow a bike. And you know, Endurocross is tricky, and it's first couple times riding it, you're not going to enjoy it. And once you start figuring it out, getting comfortable, it actually becomes it's pretty fun to ride. And you know, I hope to see just the interest keep growing more and more. And it's always a race where someone's going down, crashing, and luckily the speed's a little bit slower, so no one's seriously getting hurt.
Redmond. Then you got the 27 of Wild Wally Palmer, who's one of the most spectacular riders in this series. Gets elbowed out of the way.
Oh, and Rafunda trying to do what Brown did in the first lap. See the guys now doubling that turn.
Oh, Palmer down.
That rock pile looks really slippery. I think.
Oh, Haker down. Oh no, all sorts of tangled up. Wow, Tremaine and Keppel come together all the way over the bars.
We've seen that with Kevin a few times. And, Sandoval down. As you can see here, this rock section just treacherous, and these guys just falling off right and left.
And this section is tough. Oh, and down. Not what you want to have happen when you come in with a thumb injury. Pressure of defending a title, not a problem. Wait a minute. Speak too soon. He's down as well.
He jinxed him.
Oh, my goodness. And there goes Prochnow down.
And he was second earlier, though, until this.
That's that section. It's just getting worse and worse.
Mike Brown has been up and down. Oh! Max Gersten. You don't knock Mike Brown down.
To a horrible start, and Lafferty is stalled. No, and a rider into the barricades. As we said before, the rocks underneath make it very difficult. Rider having problems.
Ian Blythe
had a little get off here, a little more traction.
It's the main event here in Everett. Oh, and last lap, Robert's gonna get by him and then go down.
Now Haker's like, what do I do? He's gonna get going.
Oh, he just gets up in time. Robert's gonna try to fight back. Haker holds on for second.
I'm Max Gersten, and I'm out here with Dirt Rider Magazine, going over some suspension tips on an endurocross track out here at Area 15. All right, so here we are at the first obstacle of my endurocross track. It's a big log. Before I get into it, I want to go over some sag stuff because I'm not going to change the sag from section to section. As far as sag is concerned, you want to develop a sag setting that works for you. I know a lot of guys that run a little bit higher. I know some guys that run a little bit lower. Me personally, I go a little bit lower than what would be considered a medium setting. So I probably run my sag right around like 108 millimeters or so. That just seems to be what works well for me on my 350 beta. So you're gonna wanna set it, you're gonna get used to it, and you're gonna wanna leave it. You usually aren't gonna wanna change.
So far this season.
You know, me and my team have been talking about that all night because this no-joke lane is by far the hardest one we've seen. And if you're in a good position and someone's stuck in there, you could end up losing way more time just because somebody's already stuck. So that's going to be crucial tonight. Really big rocks, not a lot of space in between, so that's definitely going to be probably the most strategic part of the night.
So that's going to be the separator between these riders.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And what's it going to take? Obviously, we saw you on the podium, second place just last week, and third place, excuse me, in Arizona. What's it going to take to get you back onto that spot again here tonight?
You know, I think just a good start, and then just to ride smooth and get out there and put a charge on, you know. I think all of us want to make a run at Cody. He's the best guy right now. It's a bummer to see Colton out, so I think for all of us, if we could just try to stay close to Cody, it's going to be a good night.
There you go. Hey, how about a round of applause for Ty Tremaine here? Thank you, Ty, and we're going to let you guys can finish up with our break here, our intermission, and then we're going to get back into the racing action. Again, thank you guys all for joining us here for round number 6 of the AMA Endurocross Series presented by PJ1 and Moose Racing.
In 1973, Black Label Chain for the power sports industry. Today, PJ1 offers products to power sports, automotive, industrial, aerospace, and marine industries. Our latest release is a factory OEM carbonized paints and primers. PJ1 is proud to be part of Endurocross for the 2017 racing season. Please visit your power sports dealer for information on PJ1 products. Endurocross is brought to you in part by Tigger Sled, the leading snow bike brand owned and manufactured by Polaris Industries. The Tigger Sled conversion kit combines the speed and agility of a dirt bike with the terrain capabilities of a snowmobile for an all-new riding experience. Use your dirt bike year-round, anywhere you want to go. Stop by the booth or learn more at tiggersled.com.
All right, we're down here. We're getting ready for first bracket race here of the evening. Lined up in the gate right now. Looks like we got the number 2 machine of Cody Webb. Right alongside him will be the 200 of Eric Roten. And the 84 machine currently sitting second in the championship points here for 2017. Put your hands together for Trystan Hart.
For you guys that don't know, this is going to be the bracket races. 3 guys go, 1 lap, winner moves on. And some of the most exciting racing, they're going to go straight into the firewood pit and do the lap from there. Cody Webb, of course, is going to be the favorite, but Trystan Hart, he's going to be a big threat, too, running second in points.
And, of course, we'd like to give a warm welcome here. Put your hands together for Destry Abbott.
Thank you.
Destry will be joining me up here for all of tonight's bracket racing. So, again, Trystan Hart, Eric Roten, and Cody Webb in the gate.
This start is big. Cody with a nice jump. Trystan, oh, I was wrong. I thought they went into the firewood pit.
So quick right-hander here, as we've seen all season long. Cody Webb out in front, dominating aboard that KTM.
Yeah, he carries so much speed, and like a lot of the pros we're talking about, does a good job jumping to the side so he doesn't jump in the water, just like Eric Roten did. Clearing that.
I really haven't seen many riders been doing that either tonight, Destry.
No, that is big. If you go down and see how big that log is, I'm kind of curious to see if they go through that firewood pit. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that because that's a big part of this track.
Big separator, right?
Absolutely.
So here we go, complete lap number 1, and taking the checkered flag is Cody Webb, as we've seen here in dominating fashion throughout the 2017 season here with our bracket racing. So second bracket race here for the Super Endurocross class. We'll see Corey Graffunder aboard the 118, the 15 of Max Gersten, and then of course Mason Ottersberg, the 35.
Yeah, I know Corey, this is more of a local race for him, being a Canadian, and even though he's in California now. Max is riding really well. Today's Mason Ottersberg's birthday, so I know he'll want this win pretty bad.
Yeah, a certain little birthday treat, hopefully, for Mason here. Mo 35 is what we're calling the young man.
Yeah, Mo is what we call him now. This starts big. You know, they're all the first gate picks usually lining on the inside gate just so they could kind of control everything going into that first corner. But 1 lap, anything can happen in 1 lap.
30-second board is down, and we're off. Oh, a little 2-stroke power up the inside. So Corey Graffunder going to take over the lead over Max Gersten and Mason Ottersberg now in 3rd.
Yeah. Max, nice line. I like that right line tonight, too. He's going to control this inside. Soaks Graffunder a little bit there. But let's see if they jump this pit. There goes Corey. There, nice.
How does that affect a rider when you get splashed like that with your goggles and not only that, just everywhere, right?
Yeah, it gets on your hands. Once it gets on your hands, it's so slippery to control the throttle, clutch, handlebars, and grips, everything.
Wow, so coming out swinging here early on is Corey Graffunder. Here comes, not enough though for Max Gersten, and that's going to do it for bracket race number 2. Corey Graffunder will transfer on.
Yeah, watching these guys right now, it looks like the dirt's actually getting better than it was early on. Early on, it was super slippery for the first Super Enduro qualifier. Then the vet race was out of control. It was one of the most difficult Endurocross tracks I've been on in years.
Well, I think we just saw it. You know, Max Gersten actually mudded up on one side, so a good chance he went down a little bit earlier on. And to Destry's point, the track is slick, especially in some of these areas adjacent to the water pit. It's going to be difficult for these guys.
This third qualifier, we got Cooper Abbott, my son, Wally Palmer, and Kyle Redmond. Got a little
Palmer
aggressive.
around the outside.
Yeah, got a little aggressive, but that's racing, especially with 1 lap. So Cooper might try to find some lines. Kyle, I know, burned himself. I saw him in the pits earlier. But Wild Wally, I guarantee you he's going to send it.
Well, we spoke about it before. How much of an opportunity is this for Cooper just to learn the track? Because this is really what the track's going to look like.
100%. And, you know, I'm hoping Cooper tries to jump the pumpkin here to see how that is. Oh, maybe not.
He's got a good race, though, right here. Wild Wally Palmer and Kyle Redmond actually teammates. Oh, I see him grab his wrist.
Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, he is a resilient rider, is the New Jersey native, but looks like some wrist maybe issues here for Wild Wally Palmer, unfortunately. And that's going to allow Kyle Redmond, his teammate, to now transfer on here. And again, just so you guys are aware, 1 additional point in the championship is going to be awarded for the class winner for our bracket race.
Right, exactly. That's what's so important right now, even though Cody's got a huge lead in the points department. But every point matters when it comes to championships. Going into the last bracket, before we come down to 2 riders for each one, we got Ty Tremaine, Geoff Aaron, and then Segura from Spain on the gas.
That's right, Tremaine. One of those riders we were just interviewing down on the track. Juan Paulo Segura, we saw him go down actually in the water pit earlier, and how frustrating is that?
That was pretty gnarly. I actually was watching that one, and I was kind of surprised he went for it because he kind of came up the face of the jump sideways, and he wanted that qualifying position for gate pick tonight, and it just backfired, and hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, it looks like he's okay. He's lined up in the gate aboard that gas right now. So again, it's going to be Geoff Aaron, the 10-time trials champ. This guy knows how to win, and of course Ty Tremaine up the inside, and Juan Paulo Segura. What a great jump for Juan! He cuts those guys.
Yep. Oh, but then he goes down in the first corner. Geoff Aaron has a nice lead. Ty Tremaine, such a talented rider, and I guarantee you he's going to go for it. Geoff Aaron, with that trial skill, he'll pretty much stand this whole entire lap.
Yeah, and I think this track really suits him very well. It's very technical, and we saw it earlier, even in our hot lap session. He sat on the leaderboard for many, many, many laps.
Oh, Ty Tremaine goes down again. Yeah, getting back to what you were saying, John, on Geoff Aaron. This is the Geoff Aaron kind of track. Kyle Redmond, Griff Under. It's more of an extreme track. It's not really about trying to go fast. It's going to be a lot of control, trying not to make mistakes, and that's who's going to win tonight. I think Cody's going to be for sure tough to beat tonight.
Yeah, Cody, and then obviously Geoff Aaron taking home that win, and such a technical rider, and I think you're right. It's going to pay dividends tonight for those technical guys.
100%, and just wait until you see these guys going through this Joker lane on the south side of the stadium. It is insane, and I played around on it a little bit earlier, and it's pretty difficult.
It's one of the more technical ones one we've seen all season long, right, Destry?
100%. That was something they kind of implemented this year, was the Joker lane with Eric and all the staff, and I think it's a great call. It's pretty dang exciting. They got to take that one lap during the 14-lap pro main.
How does that play into your mindset, especially when obviously you're going for the win, but knowing, hey, I got to execute that and I got to do it well.
Yeah, and when to take it. I think that's the biggest thing. You can't take it on the first lap. If you're in the back of the pack, you probably want to take it early. But going through the matrix, you got to look up, make sure someone's not in that lane, stuck, because you can't get out. You got to wait, and every second counts, especially during the main event, during the pro race.
You stole the words right out of my mouth, and that's what I was going to say. It's really about timing, right? Making sure that the rider in front of you is actually able and going to be able to execute that section. So lined up in the gate right now, it looks like we're going to have Kyle Redmond.
And Corey Griffunder. So two SRT riders.
Yeah.
They're teammates, but one lap, they want to move on to that final and see if they can win that point. So it's going to be a good one.
How much is playing into factor as much as these guys ride together, right?
Yeah, they definitely spend a lot of time together. I know, I follow both of them on Instagram, and they definitely spend a lot of time. Corey has that inside. He'll most likely control it. He got in there a little aggressive, but Kyle stayed on it.
So two very similar bikes. One's a 2 and one's a 4-stroke here under the Team SRT tent. And Kyle Redmond aboard the 4-stroke leading the way. Does a 2 or 4-stroke maybe give a little bit to the one rider over the other?
Man, it's such a tough call. I know we have there. Look at Corey going for it again. He's on the outside. You guys enjoying this?
I think a sense of urgency for Redmond right now.
Look at that. They're going to both do the same sequence.
Wow, some of the best racing we've seen, I think, Destry.
Kyle most likely tried to cut under, but that last corner is super slippery. Let's give it up for Corey Griffunder. What a great race there.
That's what I like to see, Ned, but let's make some noise.
So now we got the two trials riders, Geoff Aaron and Cody Webb. I know Cody's spent a lot of time on gates and getting better at his starts, and it's definitely been paying off. Same thing with Geoff Aaron.
Up the inside, here goes Cody Webb, going to take the early lead here over Geoff Aaron.
This is for sure a trials kind of track. As I talked about, standing up, using those legs as suspension, and you'll see how much he's moving around on that bike. Not pulling, pushing, all throttle control, and just makes out so easy.
And for anybody that doesn't know, Cody Webb actually rode under Geoff Aaron's ERE trials team at a very young age, so somebody that he very much so looked up to and now obviously beaten.
Yeah, absolutely. Geoff's such a talented rider. I respect Geoff a lot, and especially winning 10 trials championships is pretty insane. Cody Webb takes the win, moves on to the final, and the next bracket, whoever wins that will be going against Cody Webb.
Yeah, so Cody Webb, and it looks like Corey Graffunder will be lining up here for the final bracket race of the evening. And Nampa, are you guys having fun here tonight? 2017 has brought some new obstacles on the track, new opportunities for these riders to shine. And what does it do for these riders to elevate and actually look forward to these main events?
Yeah, the guys, I know all of them pretty well, and they love. This year has been really exciting. This new format was kind of we weren't too sure about it, but it's turned out to be one of our favorites, and the riders are loving this, and I can't wait to see the series keep growing like it is.
Yeah, you can't really say it's not traditional because it is in other forms of motorsports, but here at Endurocross is something new. It brings a little flavor, and we're going green.
There you go. Oh, nice. Look at that.
Yeah, we might see a new winner here, Destry.
Graffunder's got it. I guarantee you Cody's going to go for it in these rocks. Oh, look at that. I haven't seen Cody Webb take too many mistakes. And Graffunder's jumping this pit
and he's
also.
jumping it too.
Both of these guys, that's huge.
Wow, I've got the chills right now, Destry.
It's going to come down to this matrix section right now. Cody's got a little bit of a different sequence, but I don't know if it's going to play a factor.
Here we go.
This is going to be awesome. We might have our first new winner. Corey Graffunder takes the win.
Wow.
Give it up for Corey. I know we got a lot of fans of Corey in here. That was pretty awesome. And then, of course, rides over the gate backwards.
That was amazing, Destry.
That was pretty awesome.
A new winner. We've seen only Colton Haker, of course, earlier on in the season, and then Cody Webb taking home the win in that additional point. How big is that for Corey Graffunder to take that win?
Not only that point, but confidence going into tonight. You know, as you guys see, this track is getting better and better. They're being a little more aggressive than they were earlier, but that was a big win for him, and that's going to help his confidence out going into the main event.
I think we deserve a smoky burnout down there on the stage, don't you think?
I saw a big fist pump, so you know it meant a lot to him. And Colton, you know, it would have been nice to have Colton here, who's still recovering after his surgery, and it was neat to see a new winner. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, the other thing is Graffunder actually sat out around in Reno here earlier on in the season for round 2 with an injury to his thumb. So, man, what a great confidence booster coming right here with, man, just 2 rounds to go.
Absolutely, that was a big one, and I'm happy for him.
Me too, man. He's such a great guy and always has a smile on his face. He's a hustler. Not only does he a racer, but he flips properties too, so the dude stays busy. He knows what he's doing. He's a businessman too, and I think you know something about that, Destry.
100%. He's a smart man. You know, it's a business outside of motorcycle racing. You got to find a way of making a living because this is a tough sport right now, and he's doing everything he can to make sure he's here racing the professional class.
Yeah, pretty amazing racing right there, and wonderful to see these guys continuing put on a great show for everybody here in Nampa as we get ready to set the stage here for our next race, which will be our Super Endurocross LCQ. 12 riders. Hey, Lorette, did you have a chance to get a word with him? I'm sorry for that.
Did you just ask if I can get a word with Corey? What did you say?
Yep.
Yeah, Corey, unbelievable job. How did you put that fast lap down?
You know, it came down to the start, and I think the two-stroke works really well here. I was able to box Cody out early on and then get over that pumpkin patch and just take the insides all the way to the end. I'm feeling good tonight, and hopefully I can do it again in the main.
Man, you look good. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you. This bike's working awesome. I got a shout out to SRT, Kenda, Husqvarna, Recluse, Fasco, O'Neill, Shoei, CD. Thank you.
All right, Corey Graffunder picks up a championship point with that win in the bracket races. Corey, great job. John.
So amazing. Great to see Corey Graffunder as we get ready to set the stage here for tonight's LCQ. All right, we got a number of riders lined up in the gate set to do battle. 2 riders of which will transfer directly into tonight's main event. That's right, only 2 riders will be chosen here to enter into tonight's Super Endurocross main event. So lined up in the gate right now, the 16, the Beta Factory machine of Ty Collins. Right alongside him, the number 200 machine of Eric Roten. Also, we're gonna see the number 5 of Quinn Wenzel. Also, the number 21 of Kevin Dupuis getting ready to set and do battle here And not too far off that will be the number 44 out of Pierre, Arizona of Ryan Wells. And the 926 of Spencer Wilton. Tyler Kincaid right up the inside right there on the starting line. And along with the 203 of Michael Aranda, set to do battle here along with the number 452 of Travis Coy out of Pleasanton, California. That's going to be a rundown here for tonight's LCQ. All right, as a 32nd born is raised, courtesy of the lovely PJ1 girls. Within 15 seconds, we will see this gate go sideways and racing here for the Super Endurocross LCQ. Up the inside, Ty Collins with the hole shot early on. Followed him by the 5, Quinn Wenzel. So it's Collins, Wenzel, Coy, Kincaid. The 21 machine of Dupuis. Again, only 2 riders transfer directly into tonight's main event. All right, taking them around a complete lap. Number 1 is Ty Collins, Quinn Wenzel, Travis Coy. In our top 3, here comes Kincaid, Dupuis. And the 203 of Aranda. So another rider looking for a standout evening. Currently leading aboard that beta machine is Ty Collins. Ty Collins, a teammate to Max Kirsten and Morgan Tankey, who we're going to see here just coming up in our next race for the Women of Endurocross. So Collins, another one of those riders doubling here through the pumpkin patch. Collins looking good and smooth, consistent out in front aboard that beta. The battle right here in the back of Spencer Wilton and Kevin Dupuis. Here comes Collins through the sand pit. Up and over the single. Quick left-hander now into the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden. So Collins executing it lap after lap. Again, only about a handful of riders that we've seen actually able to jump over the pumpkin patch. So Collins, certainly one of those riders. So the battle for that number 2 spot, again, only 2 will transfer. So the 452 of Travis Coy and Quinn Wenzel going to battle. So Travis Coy, actually the husband to Casey Martinez, the factory KTM machine. We're going to see here in our next race in the Women of Endurocross. So Aranda going down here through the matrix, as does Spencer Wilton, the 926 machine aboard that Honda. Oh, 44 making some moves. That's going to be Ryan Wells going past the number 96 machine of John Seahorn from Rockform, Washington. But the man of the hour right here in tonight's LCQ, the 16 machine of Ty Collins, making his way through some lap traffic and approaching the white flag. 1 lap left to go in the Super Endurocross LCQ. So Travis Coy was putting in a good run here for that number 2 spot. Unfortunately, looks like he's fallen back off the pace a little bit from your number 2 rider, the 5 machine of Quinn Wenzel. So Kincaid getting hung up here through the matrix. Here comes a 203 of Michael Aranda, and down goes Kevin Dupuis. All right, here comes Ty Collins. 2 corners left to go for the Beta machine. Again, only 2 riders will transfer directly into tonight's main event. Not the moment. It looks like Ty Collins and Quinn Wenzel will be those 2 riders. Here we go to the finish line. Put your hands together for your LCQ winner, Ty Collins, transferring directly to tonight's Super Endurocross main event. And the final transfer will go to the 5 machine of Quinn Wenzel, taking that final transfer into tonight's Super Endurocross main event. So that's going to do it for tonight's Super Endurocross LCQ. Wow, what a great race there, as only the 2 top riders going to transfer directly into tonight's main event. And it looks like Lorette down on the podium now with our winner.
John, thank you so much. Hey, this is a very special shout out. I want to tell Ty Bruschi to get better. So I know he's unfortunately in the hospital watching. So Ty Bruschi, you get better. We're sending you a lot of love. Ty Collins, unbelievable job. Nice job winning the main B. I'm going to get it together here. Don't worry, I'm a professional. It's fine. So you came up here and I said, great job. And you said, yep, but I'm tired of being in the LCQ. Look, your time is coming. So in the main event, how do you get that position that you so desperately want?
Definitely got to try and get out and get a good start, which is going to be super tough starting in the 2nd row. But just got to do fast, consistent laps and try and minimize the mistakes out there.
Okay, who do you want to thank, Ty?
Beta USA, Motul, Kenda, Fox, Bell. Shoot, I know there's a bunch of other people, but my parents and Rodney Smith.
Okay, there is a lot going on the podium. These riders have to go out there, put everything on the line, and then come to the podium and remember everything. But Ty, I'm really proud of you. Great job. So, ladies and gentlemen, for our B main, in 3rd place, we have Travis Coy. In 2nd place, Quinn Wenzel. We are going to see him go into the main, and also Ty Collins. Great job, guys.
Big congratulations going out to all those riders and any of our fans sitting here in the stands. If you guys would like to tune in, we'd like to thank Fastway and Pro Motobility and anybody that participated in their drawing here tonight. I have the 3 winners, so listen up. Bert Turkelson, please head over to Fastway along with Jeff Sinsel, and Marquez Benson. So these 3 individuals, Bert Turkelson, Jeff Sinsel, and Marquez Benson, please head on over to the Fastway Pro Motobility booth to collect your winnings. Again, thank you all for participating, and head on over to collect your winnings.
The women's main event, sponsored by Rocky Mountain ATPMC.
That's right, the stage is set here for the women of Endurocross. The 496 lined up in the gate right now out of Pleasanton, California, the KTM FMF Red Bull factory machine of Casey Martinez. Also out of Tacoma, Washington, aboard the KTM, the 360 machine of Tatum Harris. And riding out of Winter Garden, Florida, aboard the Honda, put your hands together for the 68 of Tara Geiger. And aboard the Beta USA machine, riding out of Riverside, California, she joined us a little bit earlier on the track, the 31 of Morgan Tankey. And out of Pullman, Washington, aboard the Beta, the 21 machine of Victoria Harsey. Your 2016 and current points leader here for the women's class. Put your hands together for Shelby Turner. That'll be a rundown here for tonight's women's main event. There we go, 30-second board is up, courtesy of the PJ Royals. All right, the ladies got the headlights on. That's the 21 of Victoria Harsey. Up the inside, it looks like it will be Casey Martinez and Tara Geiger. So Geiger looking up the inside. It will be Martinez, though, taking the early lead. Followed in by the number 1. Unfortunately, it looked like having some bike issues. It was Turner. So Turner now opting to ride Kevin Dupuy's number 21 machine. So keep an eye right there on the number 21 bike, as that's the number 1 of Shelby Turner. So Martinez leading it early, followed in by Tara Geiger, the 68, the number 1 of Shelby Turner. And here comes Morgan Tankey. All 4 of these women have been battling it out all throughout the 2017 season, and doesn't stop there. Unfortunate mistake there out of Morgan Tankey as the 360 machine of Tatum Harris tries to make her way through the matrix. And the 21 of Victoria Harsey coming through as well. Oh, so the girl's stuck in the KTM fire pit. But look who it is. It's Casey Martinez taking over the lead again, as the 68 of Tara Geiger followed in by the 1 of Shelby Turner, as Tankey unfortunately going down in the firewood.
John, coming off that start, Casey Martinez and Tara Geiger were neck and neck going around that first bend. The 2 women came together, but Casey Martinez put both of her elbows out and held her ground. Tara Geiger, a very talented and experienced motocross racer. So Casey Martinez has 1 win this season already. She's looking to pick up her 2nd one, and Tara Geiger looking for her 1st win this season.
Yeah, all these women so talented, just to your point there, Lorette, as again, Casey Martinez taking home the win in 2017 for the AMA Hare and Hound series for the women's division. So there's a champion already that sits within Casey Martinez. So Martinez leads him into the firewood. Here comes Tara Geiger, and the number 1 aboard the 21 machine is Shelby Turner. So as these riders come into some lap traffic, here comes Shelby Turner, though. So who's going to get through there? It's a race to the corner. So it will be Shelby Turner, followed by Tara Geiger, and Casey Martinez now in 3rd. And you certainly cannot count out the 31 machine of Morgan Tankey, who currently sits in 4th.
So Shelby Turner, number 1, she is our reigning women's champion. She never seems to get flustered. She knows exactly what she needs to do to keep moving forward. So that log pile, that KTM wood pile, is so difficult because those logs are so large, and they're giving a lot of riders headaches tonight. So not only do you have to get through that section, you have to get around stuck riders and lap traffic, but Shelby Turner doing a fantastic job and just remaining calm to move forward.
So it looks like Martinez, unfortunately, having some issues here in the matrix. And yes, to your point, not only that is Shelby Turner out here riding an unfamiliar bike, but the bike is really set up for a man who's probably upwards more of the 190, 200 pound range. So Shelby looking great out here on an unfamiliar machine. And here comes Tara Geiger though, now taking over the lead as she exits out of the fire pit. Put your hands together, Nampa, for Tara Geiger. Again, Tara looking for her first win of the season here.
So like we were talking about earlier, Tara Geiger is an unbelievable rider, as is Shelby Turner. Tara, throughout the season, has been getting tremendous starts. She just needs to keep her head down. She knows what to do. That experience comes into play, and it is so, so important here. So Tara, just taking on each obstacle as they come, looking forward, hopefully just taking a deep breath and tackling each and every one.
Yeah, she has a full section over the rest of the field right now, and not only to mention what a great year she's had, she's a newlywed too, so she just got married this year and out in front and looking for her first win of 2017 as the white flag falls. 1 lap left to go for your leader, Tara Geiger. So Martinez, unfortunately, still having some problems here in the matrix. Tara getting stuck here in the fire pit. Here comes Shelby Turner entering into the fire pit now. But Tara Geiger looks comfortable out in front right now aboard the number 68 JCR Honda Red Bull machine.
So Tara picking her way around the track. You can see her looking, oh my goodness, you can see her looking ahead, looking at all the obstacles, looking at the lines that she is going to choose. And again, there is so much going on in this track, so Tara trying to get through that pumpkin patch.
It really is, and now lappers kind of come into play, right, Lorette?
Yeah, so many things come into play, and those pumpkins are so slimy and slippery that you've seen a lot of riders slip out at that point, but Tara going through the matrix, picking her way through. Now, those women do not need to go through the no-joke lane.
Nampa, I think you need to get out of your seats. We have a new winner for 2017. Tara Geiger taking home tonight's women's main event. Big congratulations going out to Tara. Here comes the number 1 machine of Shelby Turner, but Martinez right there too. So that's going to be a battle to the finish. But it looks like it will go to Shelby Turner, who will take home second, followed in by the factory KTM effort of Casey Martinez in third.
Located in Boise, is the Treasure Valley's premier power sports dealer for Beta motorcycles, Polaris, Can-Am, and Octocad products.
All right, as the 360 machine of Tatum Harris has finished up her final lap, it looks like the women are set down on the stage, as we'll get a word with our winner from Lorette.
Shelby Turner got second, and I was wondering why she was on the 21 bike. Can you tell us why you weren't on your number 1 motorcycle?
Yeah, so I went to go watch the hot laps here, and I parked my bike against the grader, and in that 5 minutes, he had backed out and drove right over it. And I couldn't get it to work, so I had to steal Kevin's bike. And I'd just like to thank him a lot, because I had no other option at that point, and I've never rode that bike before, so I'm happy.
Wow, Shelby Turner, congratulations on your second place. Tara Geiger, get up here. You have been working so hard for this all season long, and you finally do it here in Nampa. Man, on the most difficult track at that.
Yeah, it's a kind of a running joke. Any track with jumps, everybody says, oh, this is your track, you're gonna win tonight. And I always do terrible on those tracks, so I didn't have a good feeling about this track, but probably kept me more calm and yeah, just kind of tried to get through everything and didn't worry about anybody else. And we all went down in the firewood together, and it was a little hectic. I think we did it twice, and luckily I got out ahead in the second time we went down, and yeah, just kept it there.
What is the key to getting through that clean? Is there any way to do that?
Hope and prayer.
Hope and prayer. Tara, who do you want to thank?
Gotta thank all the fans for coming out. It's one of the louder crowds we've had in a few weeks, and we hear you. It's super fun racing for loud people, and yeah, Honda and Red Bull and JCR and everybody, and everybody lined up here helps me out at every race, and all the crew for Endurocross, just everybody. I'm kind of just solo doing it, but having fun.
So glad. All right, ladies, hold those trophies up high. In third place, you have Casey Martinez. In second place, Shelby Turner. And your winner, Tara Geiger. Great job, ladies. John, let's go to you.
The Endurocross main event, sponsored by Moose Racing.
That's right, the moment we've all been waiting for, Nampa, as we get ready to set the stage for tonight's Super Endurocross main event. So line up in the gate right now. Up the inside will be the number 2, the KTM FMF factory machine of Cody Webb. Right alongside him, Trystan Hart, or the number 84 machine. Also, we're going to see the 120 of Cooper Abbott. Your third points leader in 2016, the 14 of Ty Tremaine. Also, we're going to see the number 7 of Kyle Redmond, and right alongside him, Juan Paul Seguro. And the Cowboy, the number 15, the Beta Factory Machine of Max Gersten. And Wild Wally Palmer will be joining us here aboard the number 27 Team SRT Machine. And right alongside him will be the number 4. That's going to go to the Mr. 10-time Trials Champion, Geoff Aaron. Also joining us here out of tonight's LCQ will be the number 5 machine of Quinn Wenzel and the number 16 Beta Factory rider of Ty Collins. That'll be a rundown here for tonight's Super Endurocross main event. Second board is sideways, and we're off into turn number 1. And it's going to be the number 2 machine of Cody Webb taking the whole shot. Right behind him, the 118 of Corey Gruffunder, the 4 machine aboard that gas belonging to Geoff Aaron in third. And here comes the 120 of Cooper Abbott alongside him, the number 7 of Kyle Redmond. Oh, so a bottleneck here between Mason Ottersberg, the 696 of Noah Keppel, also involved in that pileup. So continuing in winning fashion is your leader, Cody Webb. Here come your hot lap winner, Corey Gruffunder in second, followed in by the number 4, Geoff Aaron. So the one rider we're looking for right now is Trystan Hart, who currently sits second in the championship. Oh, a couple riders piling in on Juan Paul Seguro. But keep an eye out on our leader, checking out on the rest of the field. And again, these riders will have to execute the no-joke lane at least one time during tonight's main event. So Juan Paul Seguro, unfortunately, still having troubles in the KTM Firewood. Max Gersten coming through the matrix now, followed in by Kyle Redmond in the 84 of Trystan Hart. Not too far off the rear end here of Cody Webb is the 118, the Team SRT machine. So it looks like we had a transfer to some positions here as the 200 of Eric Roten now comes through the no-joke lane. So you'll see just how difficult it is, as this is the first time for many of our fans here this evening to see the no-joke lane. Here comes Corey Graffunder. Very tight section right here through those rocks. So you'll see, here comes Cooper Abbott now taking over the number 2 spot. So it's going to go Cody Webb, Cooper Abbott, followed in by Corey Graffunder. Oh, so we got a rider going down. That's Wild Wally Palmer going down here in our no-joke lane. All right, so currently in second, the 118 here of Corey Graffunder, who we saw just last lap around go through the no-joke lane. Has to reposition himself here for the matrix as he comes along some lap traffic. Here comes Geoff Aaron running in the 3rd spot. And then Cooper Abbott now entering into the no-joke lane. So Noah Keppel looking strong here, not really in any position, but doing some battle right here with Cody Webb. And more of an opportunity probably just to find out some line choices and really see where he's gaining some time over the rest of the riders. So great podium opportunity here for the Team SRT rider of Corey Graffunder, who currently sits in second. And the rider on the charge right now, the Cowboy, Max Gersten. So Max currently sitting in 4th. Here he comes through the matrix aboard the Beta Factory machine. Following him is Ty Tremaine. Then the 84 of Trystan Hart and the 7 of Kyle Redmond. Here comes the number 2, the KTM machine. All right, keep an eye on our leader here now as he enters into the no-joke. Slow and steady, wins the race, and he certainly has done it now. There's a reason why this rider here is a multi-time Endurocross champion as he continues to dominate here in tonight's main event. So Gersten looking like he's trying to make up some ground here on the number 4. Oh, Gersten now enters into the no-joke. Oh, Gersten getting hung up. So some problems here for the 27 of Wild Wally Palmer, unfortunately. Looking like he's having some bike issues. Not sure what the problem is, but he is in the main race line as Max now goes around him. So it's still our leader, the number 2, the factory KTM effort of Cody Webb, followed in by Corey Graffunder. Oh, Wamhal Seguro makes a mistake, and here comes Geoff Aaron in 3rd. And then sitting in 4th, you will see the 14 of Ty Tremaine, and in 5th place will be the 84, the Team SRT rider of Trystan Hart, who currently sits 2nd in the championship points. So some carnage in the firewood section here for a number of riders. Quinn Wenzel, the 35 of Mason Ottersberg, the 27 of Palmer, and the 120 of Cooper Abbott, all having some issues there in the chopped wood. Oh, so a couple riders going down. That's Geoff Aaron and Ty Tremaine. So Tremaine now going to take over that number 3 spot. So a great run going for Geoff Aaron. Unfortunately, a little mistake through the matrix, or through the no-joke lane. Now we'll put him back and a lap down now here from your leader, Cody Webb. Oh, a little mistake there for your leader coming through the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden into the water pit for your leader, followed in by Noah Keppel. All right, so the lead has changed here. So Webb still leading it, followed in by Corey Graffunder in the 2nd, and his teammate in 3rd, the 84 of Trystan Hart. Here comes your leader, Cody Webb, into the water pit now.
John, just to prove how tough our Endurocross racers actually are, Corey Graffunder was out around earlier this year because of a badly broken thumb. He had broken it about 4 different places. It's about a month, maybe 5 weeks healed. And Corey Graffunder, rider 118, who's in 2nd place, just making his way towards the leader, just wants to prove himself, just wants to end the season on a great note. And also Kyle Redmond, number 7, that's Corey Graffunders' teammate. Earlier today, we saw Kyle Redmond go down. Unfortunately with that, Kyle Redmond suffered a burn on his back. It looked like a tire had run down his back. So I don't know if that will go up on social media, but well, I saw a photo of it and it looked pretty bad. It was his right shoulder, I believe. So Kyle Redmond right now running this race with a burn on his shoulder.
Wow, so it looks like our leader actually going to be lapping all the way up to the 3rd position as he fastly approaches the 84 of Trystan Hart. The scenery is good here in AMA. Probably the furthest that we've seen any rider lap up here in the 2017 season, as it looks like Webb knocking on the door here for that 3rd spot as he's looking to put him a lap down in the way of Trystan Hart.
So at this point, a lot of riders settling in, but they are all gunning for that podium. We have Cody Webb out in front, Corey Griffunder in second, Ty Tremaine in third, but Trystan Hart is in fourth position. We can see Geoff Aaron in fifth. So unfortunately for Geoff Aaron, he was on the podium a couple laps ago. He came off of the finish line, and I saw him hitting his handlebars. I wasn't quite sure if it was a front brake lever or a clutch lever that he was hitting. But Geoff Aaron doing a great job and holding down fifth position.
I think you're right, Lorette. It looks like the number 14 machine of Ty Tremaine now in that third spot. So looked like there was a part maybe where Trystan Hart had actually taken the no-joke lane and had surrendered that third spot to Ty Tremaine, who we spoke to earlier on in the track walk, and said he felt really confident here on this very technical track and was looking to catch himself on the podium here again for the second round. So Webb already putting the fourth place rider lap down in the way of Trystan Hart. Here he comes looking to make the move on Kyle Redmond in the number 7 machine. Checkered flag is out for your winner. The FMF Red Bull KTM factory machine belonging to Cody Webb, taking home the win. And the 5th one of the season. Just for you, Nampa. That's your trials right there. Ow! Nampa, what do you think of that action right here for the Super Endurocross main event? Amazing display of riding right there out of your multi-time champion, Cody Webb, as he executes the no-joke lane and puts on a little show for you here in Nampa. And it looks like we're going to send it on down to the podium now for a word with our winner.
Thank you so much. So there is a lot of action going on the floor right now. So I'm going to ask Ty Tremaine. Hey, Ty, Corey, gentlemen, get up here. Let's go. I don't know why you're sitting on your bikes. You got some words to say. So we are going to bring up our podium finishers. And in third place, please welcome number 14, Ty Tremaine. All right. Come here, dear. Come here. We'll bring you up to the front of the podium so everyone can see you. Well, Ty, so you came off the track and you were over there with your dad, your brother. Was everything okay? Because you looked a little bit frustrated, or maybe I was reading that wrong.
Yeah, I was frustrated for sure. I knew I had the speed all day to run up front, and I wanted to be behind Cody so bad. And right away, everything just went as bad as it possibly could. I'm pretty sure I was in dead last on the first lap. I don't even know. So, I mean, I made it so hard on myself, and I just dug deep and fought. And Trystan's riding so good. He was right with me the whole time, and I had no break from start to finish. So, I mean, it was tough. I'm steaming. It was, like, really hard, but I'm super happy I came out with third on the box, especially after that race. I mean, it was really tough. So, I'm in good shape. My trainer Angie's here, and we're fighting. Yeah, we're fighting.
Heck yeah, you're fighting. And Ty, I think you're being pretty hard on yourself, but for things to go as bad as they did for you to land on the podium, I feel that you should be very proud of yourself because I know your mama, your family is very proud of you.
Yeah, I mean, first lap I came around, my dad didn't even show me the pit board, and I knew it was bad. Next lap was 9th, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, so I just dug deep.
Awesome. Who do you want to thank?
I want to thank my whole team, FMF, RPM, Maxis, my mechanic, Troy. He's not here right now, but I know he's watching at home. He's probably stoked. My mom, dad, little brother, my family from Idaho's here. Everyone behind me, Maxis, Recluse, this is their hometown, Promoto, Billet, Climb, Angie, everybody, just thank you so much.
Great job. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your third place finisher, Ty Tremaine. Great job. Corey Graffunder, get on up here. Yes, you, come here. I don't ever know if he's excited, if he's not. I love it. Finally, I got that smile I've been waiting for. Corey Graffunder, great job. What an effort that you put out here, especially a couple of weeks ago. You had a badly broken thumb. So to come back and put that effort in and get on the podium, great job. How did you put it all together?
Yeah, I put that broken thumb behind me. It hurts a little right now, but it's not holding me back. And I think it's this track. It's an awesome track. It's like the Endurocross used to be. It's tough. We can't just do laps and not have mistakes. So this is the kind of track I like. I think it made great racing, and I hope we see more of it.
I know you have a great team supporting you. Who do you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank Craig from SRT and Lauren for coming out and Guy for helping us and all of our sponsors, O'Neill, Shoei, CD, 509, Recluse, TBT Suspension, Fastway Handlebars, and everyone else.
Okay, fantastic job. Ladies and gentlemen, 118, Corey Graffunder. Hi, Cody Webb. Number 2 right next to me. We are going to celebrate your championship in Ontario, but what an incredible job. This track so suited for you tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was in practice today. I just was having the worst arm pump I've had all year and just really struggled and got it kind of figured out for the hot laps. And man, I felt awesome in the main. It was the best I felt all year. I just kept charging hard and I just rode strong, consistent laps and did what I had to do and got out front early with the whole shot and kept pushing. And, it was a really fun track. You guys got an awesome show. Luckily, we got through the wood pit more or less every lap, but, it was a great track. Really loved hearing you guys cheer us on. And obviously, it's been a great year for me. I'm really happy with everything. And hats off to the FMF KTM Red Bull racing team, my mechanic, Robbie. My parents drove all the way out here from California, and they're barging home tomorrow. So, it's awesome to have all my support and family here. And, fiance and the dogs are watching at home, so it's all good.
Hi, Morgan. All right, well, I'm going to get off the podium, and we are going to celebrate our Super Endurocross podium. In 3rd place, Ty Tremaine. In 2nd, Corey Graffunder. And your winner, Cody Webb. Fantastic job to everyone riding tonight. Congratulations to all of our podium finishers and our winners. We have 1 round left. We are going to Ontario, California. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, fans, thank you so much for coming out and joining us. This has been an amazing night. For John, my name is Lorette, and the entire Endurocross crew, staff members, thank you so much for coming out. We will see you next year.
All right, attention, attention, Renee Miller, Connor Miller, your son is looking for you. Please meet him over at the Beta